Welcome to Tiny Metal Full Metal Rumble. For those unaware, this is the sequel to Tiny Metal. There's a couple new things here and there that you may see. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but we're going to be playing mostly as Wolfram, or at least see the story from her perspective here. I decided to live stream the beginning. I don't know how far I'm going to get. If I really do commit to this, just so you know, the videos for the coming days are just going to be this chopped up a little bit so that it's better organized for anyone looking for help in certain levels. So the plan is we are going to do campaign, and I don't know how much of the skirmish, if that much I'm going to do. I probably will still take requests like I did in the previous game, so if there's any sort of equivalent of Mount Forest or whatever it was called, go ahead and let me know so I can look into it. But otherwise, without further ado, let's commit to the new game.
A few weeks after narrowly avoiding a surprise attack by AI-controlled Denolan forces, the Artemisian army detected them again, this time engaged in strategic maneuvers. Reports were of multiple Denolan platoons carrying out a covert search operation. Since their search covered major battlegrounds from the World War, Captain Nathan Grease surmised that the Denolans were attempting to excavate lost tech artifacts and quickly dispatched his troops to halt their search.
Platoons 3 and 5 reporting in, sir. No signs of any lost tech artifacts in their search quadrant.
Order them to continue the search. We must find them before the enemy does.
Yes, sir.
I will never allow such dangerous technology to fall into the wrong hands again. I'll do whatever it takes to stop this never-ending cycle of conflict.
Platoon 1 reporting in. They found possible signs of a lost tech artifact.
Where, soldier? Is it the Forbidden Alps?
Affirmative, sir.
Roger that. Tell them to head over there and secure the location.
Sir, yes, sir.
Sir, detecting unidentified units. They're headed towards us. Analyzing identification, friend or foe. It's the Denolden army.
Battle stations! Deploy our remaining forces in defensive formation!
Right away, sir.
Curse those long-dead Denolden ghosts. Looks like they really are after the lost tech after all. This AI-controlled army should really be simple puppets, yet I feel some sort of evil intent from them. I have a bad feeling about this. Wolfram, where are you when we need you most?
So here you go, the new screen. So we have Nathan, an elite Artemisian commander, specialized in logistics and use of metal units. He has the passive ability of decreasing production costs by 25% to all metal-type units. But he also has weaker infantry. Go figure, right? So his superpower is Tank Assault. Increase movement by 1 to all metal-type units. I don't know why this isn't called Metal Assault, but okay. And then all metal units get a 30% attack boost. His ultra power is Hyper Strike. They get 2 movement points and a 50% attack boost. So the Denolden soldier on the other side is the remnant of the now defunct kingdom of Denolda. Passive ability is Enhanced Vision, and they also get to carry more fuel. Its superpower is Critical Rend, decreases critical or decreased attack by 10% to all units. Okay, so they're fishing for crits, that's what it is. They deal less damage outright, but they're more likely to crit for bonus damage. And then the Ultra Power is Scything Claw. Increase production cost by 15% to all units, and increase defense by 25% to all units. So, what I imagine here is you probably want to build everything, then activate the power, so you get the defensive boost. Overall, I'm not really impressed by what they have, but
There's still a little time before
we'll put
we
them to the
reach enemy
test.
position. Let's review our training one more time.
So we're going to start out as Nathan, but the
First,
game is
let's
mostly
check
about
the heads-up
Wolfram.
display. Try moving the displayed reticle and select the unit you want to move. The Rifleman unit is currently available for selection. It's the most basic infantry unit type, with low attack and defensive powers. However, Riflemen are cheap to build, and since the unit has many soldiers, it's very useful when capturing locations. Infantry units don't slow down when moving through forest tiles, and they can go over hills. It's a useful unit for basic reconnaissance. But keep in mind that infantry are relatively weak units. Once you've found the enemy's location, launch an attack to destroy it. When you're ready to attack the enemy, move your unit in the direction you want until you're within range. Go to the action menu and select the attack command. The surviving enemies in the unit will then counterattack. If the unit's HP is reduced, its firepower will also decrease. In other words, hit them first to hit the hardest.
So we'll go over here. Face this way. Wait. So what I'm a little afraid of is... Wow.
Sir, your orders? Infantry on the move.
That we may still be rewarded for trying to fill in all the fog tile.
Sir, your orders?
So I don't know if they're going to give us the command just yet.
Infantry on the move.
Lock on. And then we're going to focus fire. So those not familiar with the first game, focus fire is when you team up like this. Since you can hit them from two ways, you can just cripple them outright.
Riflemen ready and waiting. Infantry on the move.
It's entirely possible there could be hidden stuff in this level, it's just... I just want to finish him off. If there is, I'll come back for it in a later video. I'm hoping that they're not going to pull that crap on you in the tutorial. Now this one I want to put in the forest and face this way so that we can ambush this guy. We lost 4 men. They lost 3. By the way, I should also point out this if you haven't noticed, we now do have CO powers.
Infantry on the move.
Blah. So we want to lock on here,
Sir, your
go up in the mountains because we'll have more cover, and then focus fire. So that one infantry is in trouble. Fatality.
Riflemen ready and waiting.
Want to face this way. Gonna pull him back 2 tiles. Move this one to block and attack. As you may have guessed, I am playing this blind, so as a result, I had the one guy wandering around looking for something. That was rather bold. In case you're wondering, the reason why they did that is they have more protection in the field than on the road, so they're marginally better off, and this is a weaker unit. It has no promotions.
Awaiting orders, sir. Double time. Open fire. For freedom.
He still has his overly dramatic death.
Fight for peace, even if it seems out of reach.
Ah, these are interesting. These are new. So, do not let anyone die in a counterattack. Do not let a single unit die. I think it very would be possible to do this within 5 days if I can have the one guy wandering around. Nice if they told us those in advance. So here's the new world map. So what do we have here? Condition water entry. Okay, so those are just things to search for. Go over them, hit space. Not gonna go too far out of the way. So that first level's probably the easiest one to get the achievement for getting the 600... No, never mind, scratch that. Let's pay a visit to Zepang. I don't know why it's called Zepangu now. They must have changed the translation or something. So let's go check on Tsukumu. Ah, this is nice. Do not build any new riflemen. Do not allow day 15 to end. Never heal a wounded unit. So we have the Lancer and the Scout. We can build those because they are not going to count towards the challenge, and our objective is to capture the headquarters. So real quick, if we were to revisit this starting stage, this is kind of annoying how slow this is. So they tell you that you do have to eliminate all the units. That's kind of what I wanted to verify. So if I hit escape, autopilot kicks in. So there actually is a jet. I probably should have looked into that first. Anyway, let's play. No healing, no rifles.
I am here, my lord.
I am much impressed with your recent successful mission. The word is that it was mostly due to your command and leadership.
I have yet much to learn, my lord.
These high standards you hold yourself to may be your weakness.
My apologies, my lord.
Exactly my point. That being said, your pursuit for perfection is one of the reasons that I've come to depend on you so much.
My lord,
So, tell me about the Denoldian remnants.
the small Denoldan force that landed on Iragajima coast have all but been annihilated. As we speak, Zippanese forces are preparing to intercept the other remnants that landed along the Tsuruga coast.
I see. Just as Captain Grease predicted.
As you say, my lord.
By the way, you have not yet been acquainted with Captain Grease.
Yes, I am looking forward to meeting him, my lord.
It is rare for you to say as such. What stirs your curiosity?
I am curious as to what it is about this man that my lord trusts so much.
I see. In time, you shall meet him and see for yourself.
Yes, my lord.
Now let us finish this business. With me, Kohaku.
At once.
So now we're playing as Tsukumu, who you didn't play as at all in the main game. The Denaldian stuff is all still the same, so you can see that there. But anyway, we have the leading representative vassal for the shogunate of Zepang. His leadership skills allow his whole army to fight more effectively. So passive abilities increases the production cost by 10% for all units, but they get a 10% attack increase. His superpower is Bushido Soul, increases defense by 10% to all units, and his ulti is Samurai Spirit, increased defense by 20% to all units. So if you've played Advance Wars, he is Kanbei, almost exactly.
Moving a unit will consume fuel, and attacking with a unit will consume ammo. A unit with no fuel can't move, and without ammo, it can't attack. Keep an eye on your unit's supplies. Keep your unit's supplies topped off during battle to minimize downtime. Vehicle and infantry can resupply at factories and cities, but air units will require airport tiles to do the same. Lancers are anti-vehicle units that can cause heavy damage against any vehicle target, like metals and scouts. Their mobility and defensive capabilities are a little lacking, so be sure your positioning choices are solid. The scout vehicle is lightly armored with high vision and mobility ratings. It is a vehicle well suited for reconnaissance, but it suffers from reduced mobility when going through forest tiles. Never forget that scouts cannot move through hill tiles. The Arcalan Personal Carrier. This troop transport allows for rapid deployment of infantry across the battlefield. Selecting the load command for infantry units near the APC lets them ride the transport. If you want the unit to get off the transport, select the unload command. Arcalans are also able to replenish nearby units' ammo and fuel. Infantry and vehicle units adjacent to the Arcalan can be resupplied by facing the Arcalan towards them and using the resupply command. Factory tiles can make new land units, as well as restore HP to vehicles and infantry by selecting the heal command. You can capture any enemy or neutral building, place an infantry unit on a building and select the capture command to begin the process. Capture points earned are directly dependent on the number of soldiers in a unit attempting to claim a location. For instance, each soldier in a unit contributes 1 capture point to the capturing process, and a rifleman unit at 100% health has 10 soldiers, thus generating 10 capture points per turn. Capturing a city requires 20 capture points and an HQ 25 points. Be careful though, if a capturing unit selects any action other than the capture command, or its HP falls to 0, all capture points will be lost and the process resets. For this mission, eliminating all enemy units or capturing the enemy HQ are the victory conditions.
Okay, I thought I had the mic muted there, but you may have actually heard me. So, the trick here is you can't, well, there's a couple things that we need to talk about real quick. So there's no healing, which means I need to make sure that I'm at full health when I take this. So as a result, I need to put up a wall here to block any sort of invaders. I need to be careful in capturing cities. Now, the Arcalan here is the APC of the game. I guess it actually does have a gun to defend itself. The ammo and the fuel are new to this game. It puts it much more closer to Advance Wars, and the tutorial here is just so much better than the previous games. So I'm going to put this forward a little bit just to try to get some vision. Hey, they still do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm thinking I may regret it. So the Lancer I think has 10 people. They don't actually tell you.
Scout's ready to show you the way. Burn in rubber.
Actually, no, I want to be here. Another factory. Okay, so that's how you actually hop into the thing. I'm gonna push this one forward because I don't know when they're gonna start barreling at me, and I can use this rifle to start capturing this.
Hey, look, the cavalry's here.
Yeah, there's only 7 guys in there.
Sir, your orders?
I've got places to be. Whatever you say, sir.
I'm trying to figure out where they're coming from because I think they're like up here, but This is so odd.
Scouts rolling out.
G'day. Don't worry, be happy.
Found him.
Yes, sir. Cha-ching. I just had that fixed.
So yeah, this thing does have a gun on it. Here's where you can find out the size of the units, I think. Yeah, size 10, 7, 3, 1. So the circle means you're good against them, the triangle means not so much, which means this thing is mounted with a machine gun. That's not actually sort of like any explosive cannon of sorts. So we're not allowed to build riflemen. Here I could build a new scout. It's kind of what I want to lean towards.
Awaiting orders, sir. The king!
Oh, there's their HQ. So I could... I'm gonna scout here. So yeah, right now I'm wondering, should I just run away? Because I can have the one unit just push for the headquarters and bring the APC back to stall. Since I'm not allowed to heal, I'm going to be forfeiting units rather than trying to keep them going when for all intents and purposes they're toast.
This is no time for standing around.
So I'm going to lock on,
Get ready.
Fair dinkum.
focus fire.
Got muckleys, mate. Frank, mate.
Capture that.
Sir, your orders? Double time!
Yeah, I'm going to play it safe and capture this just because I'm not familiar with the map.
Waiting on you. Roll out.
Yeah, that is odd. Gonna make an Archelon here. Ah, they're focus firing me. They're focus firing me. Okay.
What's new? Fair dinkum. Sucked in, mate.
Damn it.
Scouts rolling out. Eat lead, suckers.
Sir, your orders?
Load up.
Mount up.
Sir, your orders? Artemisia!
Okay, something has yet to move, I guess. Oh, factories, right. So I'm gonna make a Lancer here. And we'll do another scout, I guess. Yeah, neither of those are really good at hurting one another. So I can gambit this.
Yeah, okay, mate. Don't worry, be happy.
Yes, sir.
What's new? Don't worry, be happy. Proceeding to target zone.
So I can only be hit from one direction here.
Riflemen, ready and waiting. Affirmative. Orders received.
We'll go for another scout. I'm just gonna scout spam, I think. In terms of units, this one I want to have weight.
Knock 'em down.
Oh, look, he's trying to capture. How cute! Pew pew! They never stood a chance.
What's on your mind?
Sir, your orders?
So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have too many.
Going somewhere? Yeah, okay, mate.
End turn. So, do they tell you the challenges here? Ah. Okay, so if I ever forget, I can look there.
Awaiting orders, sir.
So, what we're going to do is kill this.
Whatever you say, sir. You can depend on us.
Focus fire.
Sir, your orders?
Infantry on the move.
Capture. That should be all 3 challenges done now.
One at a time, or all at once. The result will be the same.
Full paycheck and journey start unlocked. That was just funds. I don't know what you can use the funds for yet. Forgotten Earth. Okay, this thing handles like crap. So, Forgotten Earth. Counter rejection. Do not let one of your units die in a counterattack. That can be easy to arrange. Deadline. Hang 20. Do not allow day 20 to end. Capture at least 5 extra buildings. New unit is the Metal. Let's begin.
Oh, man. I think it's getting colder by the day.
Have we got a line on that unknown mega fighter yet?
Sir, we're doing our best, but this weather won't clear, and those civilian witnesses are totally unreliable.
Nothing we can do about the bad weather or bad intel. Well then, we'll just have to keep looking.
Status report.
All units are reporting nothing from the search so far. Progress has been painfully slow. If only the snow would let up, even just for a little bit.
Understood.
We aren't giving up just yet, Commander.
I'm counting on it. Ragnar, where are you?
Commander! Multiple unidentified vehicles approaching! It's the Denolden Army! Enemy contacts are closing in quickly!
Battle stations, drive them back.
Yes, Commander!
So why is she the only one who has an accent? Like, I'm not really a fan of her voice in general, and then wouldn't her countrymen or whatever have the same accent as she does? Anyway, they are still the same. We have Wolfram, the young leader of the White Fang's mercenary group. Her presence among the infantry inspires them to great feats. Passive ability is a vision boost all infantry and movement boost all infantry, so 1 and 1. Her superpower is Call of the Pack. Increase attack by 20% to all infantry, increase capture speed by 50%. Her ultra power is Lightning Speed. Increase attack by 50% to all infantry and increase capture speed by 100%. So if you're familiar from Advance Wars, she's just like Sammy, but the thing is, Sammy's Victory March, or I think that's what her superpower was called, it was an instant capture regardless of anything. Hers only doubles capture speed. So you cannot take a headquarters in one go, and a lot of your other units that have low totals, like the Lancer with 7, I think snipers have 2, they don't really benefit from that. That's going to apply mostly to riflemen and spec ops. But without further ado,
Terrain tile has a defense rating. This rating is displayed as a percentage on the bottom right of the screen. You should always attempt to place your units in the most defensible positions. This will ensure fewer casualties. You can use the assault command to move your unit onto a tile occupied by an enemy, pushing them 1 tile away in the process. This is especially useful for interrupting enemy captures. Be cautious though. The enemy unit will have the chance to attack before your unit initiates its assault. So please pay attention to your unit's HP. If the unit engaging in an assault is reduced to 0 HP by the enemy, the assault will fail, and the enemy unit will not be moved. You can coordinate fire from multiple units on a single enemy using the lock-on and focus fire commands. First, select the lock-on command and target the enemy unit you want to attack with each of your units that will be participating. When you are ready to unleash their combined firepower, select the focus fire command. Combining your unit attacks allows you to fight more effectively. As a bonus, if the enemy unit somehow manages to survive your combined attack, they will only counterattack the unit that used the focus fire command. A useful tactic to be sure. Oh, look over there, a metal. Metals are tank vehicle units that can inflict heavy damage upon both vehicle and infantry units. The metal's heavy armor makes it excellent for spearheading an assault upon enemies that you need removed from a location. It's a highly valuable war asset. Please note, the metal suffers from poor visual range and greatly reduced mobility when moving through forest tiles. It also cannot climb up hills. Thus, metals require support from other units to be 100% effective.
okay, so quick reminder, what's our detail? capture 5, and no death and counterattacks. Okay. That's just a city. I mentioned the defensive bonuses before. I've been doing the focus fire the entire time, so most of the tutorial here wasn't really anything new, I'm afraid.
Riflemen, ready and waiting.
And this is a factory. How much does it cost to make a rifle? We're gonna spam them. So you get $100 or whatever their money is per day. I guess we'll call it metal per territory owned. The HQ does not contribute, so it's just the factory. Actually, does the HQ? Might be that the factory. No, the factory does. It's the HQ that does not. We can see that here. So by securing a lot of territory, we get the benefit of
Awaiting orders, sir.
load up. I think it can move after it unloads. You couldn't do that in Advance Wars, though.
No time for standing around. To the meadow!
Crank out another rifle. So I probably should have sent one of the tanks down. I'm going to have to bring them down this way. Okay, the good news is they haven't done anything here. Unload him.
Affirmative. Orders received.
Face the mountain because he has reinforcements. You have to remember that her infantry moves further, so I'm really inclined... Let's see, vision-wise... Oh, man. So, I assume her lancers move further, too? I want to test it.
Blazing a trail.
You suck! It's gonna take me an extra turn to capture that now. Oh, there was an assault? That should have... Like, I should have attacked them first. Did I? Actually, I might have. I should have done this the other way around, but the important thing is they're dead anyway. I get a little cover from the tundra than the road, so I'll move this way.
Infantry on the move.
Get started on that one. No, cancel this.
Your orders?
Slow. I want him here,
Awaiting orders, sir.
him here. Okay, so that may be my buildings that I need. We're gonna swing the Lancer down here, and yes, he does have 3 movement spaces. So I'm gonna do another rifle. Kind of wonder if there's anything up here. I'm hoping they got rid of that whole stupid lab thing that they had from the first game. So we're gonna do this to cripple it. It's on the open road. It's in a bottleneck anyway. Those tend not to end very well for the defender. And crap. Okay, so this complicates things quite a bit. So we want to lock on here. We're going to swing this here and focus fire because this one has more health. You have to remember we have the objective of not losing anything to a counterattack. I'm kind of hoping that the factories count towards the captures. I don't really know if the game is that specific or not. We're going to have to kind of test it. So let's see, that would be 1, 2... Blah. So start capturing this, start capturing this. This is going to be a little ugly, but I think I benefit more by just sealing off this route. I may ultimately lose this unit, but it's a calculated risk.
Riflemen, ready and waiting.
There he is. I knew they had more guys out here, I just didn't know where.
Sir, your orders?
We're gonna swing him down here. I actually want to scout right now. Just because they're mobile. This is why I was a little afraid to move it forward. I knew this was coming. The important thing is it survived, so we're gonna fall back now. Aw, man. Cowards came out of the woodwork. Important thing is that was not a counterattack, so that shouldn't count against us. Lock on. So my goal with this is I just want to cripple their guys. That way it takes them forever when they finally do start capturing stuff. Like, since they're going to be capturing this at 3 points per interval now.
Sir, your orders? Artemisia! Affirmative.
If I were to attack him. It's going to take 3 turns for this to capture something.
Sir.
Overall, I'm going to choose to use my infantry that way.
Hey, look, the cavalry's here.
Affirmative. Orders received. Riflemen, ready and waiting.
Oh, no, cancel that. So I want to look. Mission details. Yeah, no. So I want to get this on the road. Gonna cower away for a moment. I'm gonna look into patching this up and then bringing it back out. They're making this difficult for me. This game's broken, give me my money back. But on a serious note, they're only capturing this at 2 at a time now.
This is no time for standing around. Pedal to the metal.
But you can see my master plan is essentially just weaken them so that they waste time on trying to capture those rather than doing something practical.
Infantry on the move.
Capture this. Lock on. And we just butchered the entire group.
Awaiting orders, sir. Affirmative. Orders received.
Start working on capturing this.
Riflemen ready and waiting. For the king!
G'day. Get 'em, mate.
I'm not sure if they may have been worth the shot. How many bullets does this thing carry? 5? Even the infantry carries ammo. Advanced Wars didn't do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep cranking out scouts, I think. So, something has yet to move. Question is, what? Oh.
This is no time for standing around. Pedal to the metal.
End turn. I can destroy that extremely easily. Okay, that complicated things a bit. If only I actually did build a rifle down here. Ambitious, aren't you?
Scouts rolling out.
Lay down.
Oh. Okay, that's new. That's actually kind of cool. I do like that change.
Sir, your orders?
So I'm gonna need to get some fuel over here. So one thing I want to see is if they automatically heal at the start of the turn. We're gonna be testing that here.
Yes, sir.
This is gonna leave me open to an attack, but it's not a big deal. This is the hard one.
Sir, Affirmative. Orders received.
So, mission details. Yeah, they don't tell you if those actually are finished or anything. So if I were to shoot here,
Awaiting orders, sir.
actually, yeah, rifle went down here wouldn't have made a difference. Lucky crit.
Sir, your orders?
So I'm hoping the back attack will make the difference. I'm gonna gamble here. This could cost me. I'm hoping the force provides more cover than attacking from a specific direction, and it kind of did. I'm gonna get an Archelon here because I can load up and then go into battle. Resupply stuff as I go. Going for another scout. And I need to push this forward. Let's end turn. Damn, would have been cool if they killed that in the counterattack, but that's fairly slim.
Affirmative. Orders received. Riflemen ready and waiting.
So we'll flank it.
You wanna live forever? Riflemen ready and waiting.
Load up. And roll out.
Proceeding to target zone.
If I use this. Perfect. This may actually be the end of their units. In the event that is the case, I'm going to capture this just to push me... I'll push my score a little higher.
Affirmative. Orders received.
What do you want?
Everyone, get ready.
We've got places to be.
For the king!
I'm kind of curious.
Inbound the world of hurt. Rounds coming down range.
They still have... Oh, down here. Oh well, not a big deal. We will push this one forward. We're looking at patching that up next turn and then continuing my conquest.
We fight as one.
Refuel. Fuel definitely seems a little tighter in this than it did in Advance Wars. End turn. Okay, they have a factory somewhere. Still have quite a few guys.
Affirmative. Orders received. Riflemen ready and waiting.
Yes, sir. Scouts rolling out. Yes, sir.
So we're going to soften this up so that it can't cause any more trouble. Wow. I was hoping it did more than that.
Hey, look, the cavalry's here.
So we want to lock on, focus fire. And basically right now my guys are just building more and more bonuses, so when they finally do run into resistance, it's not going to end well for the enemy. So this thing is low on... Whoa. Cranking on Archelon here.
Hey, look, the cavalry's here. Scouts rolling out.
Riflemen ready and waiting. Affirmative. Orders received.
We've got places to be.
End turn. Okay, they definitely have a factory down there somewhere. I think they have 2 left. To deal with those, I'm going to need to start cranking out some metals, though.
Rounds coming down range.
Yeah, right there and there.
Riflemen ready and waiting. For the king!
I actually have my superpower.
Scouts rolling out.
Important thing is we establish how to use it.
Commander, rolling out.
Scouts ready to show you the way.
I only have 1 bullet left.
Armored transport ready. Get in and shut the door. Someone's gonna get hurt.
So I do need to reload that, the sooner the better.
I've got places to be seeing the target zone.
I should have focus fired. Nah.
The cavalry's here.
Let's run away.
Blazing a trail.
I was hoping to damage 1 more, but...
Let the paint work.
It is what it is, I guess. So this one takes priority because this one can actually walk over here. I need a rifle right here, so I'm going to look into capturing this. Yeah, I should have focus fired again. I'm going to look to end this in 2 turns. Nope, scratch that.
I'll get you where you're going.
Supply paradox unlocked. If they're going to let me move on this, Okay.
Sir, your orders? Awaiting orders, sir.
I don't know how their AI behaves. I assume he's going to go on this one, then I'm going to bring these 2 down to finish him.
Sir, your orders?
Yes, sir. Blazing a trail. This is no time for standing around.
You can depend on us.
Do it now.
So I might actually be able to end this next turn.
Riflemen, ready and waiting.
Worry, be happy.
Scout's going to be a little difficult. I have these 3 to collapse on it. I can bring this one in 2 if necessary. Thing is, they may spawn something new.
This is no time for standing around. Burn in rubber.
So yeah, we have to operate on the assumption that there's going to be 3 units. Lost half my guys there. Okay, that's game. It's time, boys.
Sir, your orders? Sir, your orders? Double time!
G'day. Fair dinkum.
Awaiting orders, sir.
So I want this one here, lock on, focus fire for protection from the mountain.
Riflemen, ready and waiting.
For Artemisia!
As a failsafe, this ends next turn regardless.
Metal's rolling out.
Lock on. Focus fire.
Doesn't matter who you are. We're unstoppable.
So I'm assuming this is the scoring is exactly like Advance Wars. Power is how many units you destroy, speed is how many turns you did it, and heart is how many you lost.